Singapore will host an international conference on interfaith harmony and social cohesion starting tomorrow. About 700 delegates from around the world will be here over the next 3 days, representing governments, academia, religious groups and civil society.
And for more on this, we're joined by Ong Keng Yong. He's Executive Deputy Chairman of the Rajaratnam School of International Studies, which is organising the event. Mr. Ong is also Singapore's Ambassador at Large. Mr. Ong, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us then, what is it you're hoping this dialogue will achieve? What are some of your goals for this event?
Well, number one, we just have to keep talking. Yeah, because as you can see, Singapore, we are multicultural, multi-religious, multiracial. So we have coexisted among the different communities, but we still need to refresh, look for more ideas to strengthen our harmony. And this particular conference, we call it International Conference because we also look at Singapore in the context of the global community. And if you look around the world, we have many, many different challenges. So we thought that it would be good to have people come here. We bring in academics, policymakers, people from different organizations across the different religions, and more civil society individuals to share and exchange experiences and hope they can become more aware of each other and perhaps more mutual respect and trust to carry on going forward.
Mr. Ong, you mentioned there the challenges that we've faced, and perhaps two of those could also be described as technological change, identity politics. How can we, sort of engage in an environment where we see this change?
Well, number one, many of the younger generation, they are using the social media and they are quite adept at doing all this new technological stuff. But I don't think many of them actually examine this issue of inter-religion relationship, or what it means to be belonging to a particular faith, or having certain cultural and certain traditions, and how to socialize with the rest of their fellow countrymen, and so on. So we thought that this particular conference will help to identify some of these new areas in the new technological environment, maybe to help people make more use of these opportunities to talk about their beliefs, their identity, and hopefully they can click with one another and get along. We also think that there is a lot of misuse of some of these technological platforms for certain misguided or wrong interpretation of some of the religious teaching. So we hope that the educated, knowledgeable religious leaders can also be encouraged to go into some of these technological platforms to spread the word and engage other people, more people. The more that come on, the better it is for us.
I suppose some of the concerns have sort of been fleshed out in recent times. There have been some examples of some conflicts that have flared up. Election riots in Indonesia for one, shootings at a mosque in New Zealand for another, and so the Easter Sunday attacks in Sri Lanka. These are all happening in our Asia-Pacific region. Do we have any specific challenges that concern you?
Well, we thought that first thing, maybe we should talk to each other more, have more what we call effective communication, and try to understand what is it that push people to this kind of inter-religious or violent activities. So we hope through the invitation to all these delegates from the region, inside ASEAN as well as outside ASEAN, they can come and share what they know, what they have learned from what happened, and perhaps we can sensitize more people into talking about some of these subjects and move on. The important thing now is that the dialogue must go below the leadership level. Sometimes we think that there is a good understanding across different religions, different communities, but actually it is good conversation at the higher level we hope that by zeroing at the more mass level, at the actual community level, giving those community leaders and those who are active in certain groups on the ground to have a good interaction, networking with other people, it can help to bring more understanding.
Do you think the government, though, still plays a critical role in ensuring that those cracks don't appear?
I think so. One of the important issues that we have discovered going through some of these incidents and what has developed in some other countries is that there is not enough leadership involvement in some of these societies. To create a cohesive society, it requires the government, the community, and the religious leadership. Everybody must participate in this, and we feel that in this age where people talk about identity politics, people talk about the differences that exist between different communities, it is even more important for leadership to come in, whether it's at the governmental level or at the different community level. And they have to try to find a way to reach out, bring their message across, and appreciate the extent of the effort needed to build up a cohesive society.
Social cohesion requires all of our effort.
Yes, definitely.
Mr. Ong, thank you very much for coming to share your thoughts with us on that. We've been speaking there to Ong Keng Yong, Executive Deputy Chairman of the S. Rajaratnam School of International Studies.